Today we are going to study poem Trees Are the Kindest Things of I Know by Harry Benn. Harry Benn, an American poet, screenwriter, teacher of creative writing. To his credit, he has numerous books. He has authored more than 21 books for children. He has been behind writing the scripts of many programs on radio and very well known as a children's writer. So in this poem, we will see what exactly the poet wants to point out when he says that trees are the kindest things I know. Trees are the kindest things I know. They do not harm, they simply grow. Now, in this poem actually the poet wants to highlight how trees are generously giving without taking anything from anyone. They don't demand much from others. They are simply helping, supporting all living creatures in their own way. Okay? So thereby the poet says, trees are the kindest things I know. They do not harm. They simply grow. They do not harm to anyone. They are so kind. They are so gentle that they are not harming anyone. And spread a shade for sleepy cows. Now the poet is pointing out how trees are kind. He is giving certain examples. And spread a shade for sleepy cows. You might have seen many a times cows, other animals, they take rest under big trees. The trees provide shade and cool breeze, gentle breeze to these animals who are tired. Even to human beings, they provide the same shade with same care. Spread a shade for sleepy cows and gather birds among their boughs. So, boughs, branches. Boughs, branches. So, what do the trees do? They are providing shade to the sleepy cows and they are giving shelter on their branches to whom? To so many birds. The poem is written in couplets, two lines in each stanza. Couplet consisting of 2 lines. So when we are talking about couplet, it has a regular rhyme scheme. So all the stanzas will rhyme together. For example, know, grow, cows, bows. Okay? They give us fruit in leaves above. What does the trees provide to us? To animals also, they are providing shade, shelter, fruits, yes, food. They give us fruit. To human beings, what do the tree give? They give us fruit in leaves above and wood to make our houses of. So the poet is highlighting how the trees, what do? They are providing fruits and the leaves, okay, and wood to make the houses. Now, in most part of the world, there are places where wood is used to make the houses. So maybe the poet must be from that part where mostly houses are constructed using wood, means mostly, and thereby he is saying that the wood, even if we are making houses with concrete and all, you must have seen that we use wood at lot of places. And leaves to burn on Halloween, and in the spring new birds of green. So to human beings, they provide fruit, they provide shelter, they provide wood. So many things are there. The poet has meant, but many other things are there from trees which we get. Leaves to burn on Halloween. But he has given examples of the things which children know very well, that they get it from the trees. So leaves to burn on Halloween. What is it? What is Halloween? Halloween is actually a festival celebrated in autumn in Western countries, especially on 31st of October. And at that time, actually they are burning the leaves, the dried leaves. Why they are burning? It is believed that when they burn the leaves, it wards off, make the evil spirits go and leave. That's why they are burning the leaves. You might have seen in movies or on television, they are making using pumpkins and all. They are putting, children are having different, means they are becoming devils and witches and all, and perform. You might have seen, have you seen it on television, how the people in Western countries celebrate Halloween? Halloween celebrated in autumn, usually 31st October, and what they are doing, they are burning the dried leaves. So the poet says how the leaves are used. And leaves to burn on Halloween, and in the spring new birds of green. They are the first when days begin. They are the first when days begin. Yes, obviously trees are always here outside, and they are the first on whom what happens to touch the wings of morning sun. We have the trees are majestic, so tall, and the rays of the sun, it first reaches to the trees. It first reaches to the trees. They are the first when days begin to touch the beams of morning sun. Beams, rays, beams, rays. Rays of morning sun. They are the last to hold the light. Obviously, they are so tall, so majestic. So what happened? At the daybreak, the first rays of sun reaches to them first. And yes, even at night, what happened? They are the last to hold the light. When evening changes into night, they are the last one to see the light, as night encompasses the atmosphere. Okay, when darkness spreads everywhere. And when a moon floats on the sky. Now, when the poet has given example of morning, they are the first whom the sun rays reaches first. Then in evening also they are the first the last one to hold the light. And at night, why we can say it is night? Because the moon is floating on the sky. What do you mean by float? To move slowly and lightly. Floats to move slowly and lightly. To move slowly and lightly. So even at night, when the moon is moving slowly in the sky, it is drifting. Have you seen the moon drifting in the sky at night? Yes. Does it make noise? No. It is slightly moving. And when a moon floats on the sky, they hum a drowsy lullaby. What do the trees do at night? When the moon is shifting in the sky, it is drifting away, they hum. What do you mean by hum? Humming is actually to sing softly with closed lips. Who are humming? Bees are humming. Yes? So, what is humming? They hum a lullaby. Hum is actually to sing softly. To sing softly with closed lips. With closed lips. To sing softly with closed lips. So what do the trees do at night? When the moon floats in the sky, they are humming a lullaby, a drowsy lullaby. Drowsy means sleepy, which makes you sleep. Drowsy means sleepy. Drowsy means sleepy, which makes you sleep. Drowsy, sleepy. What is lullaby? What is a lullaby? Song which is sung to make the children sleep, to put the children to sleep. So what do the trees do? Actually, are the trees singing a lullaby? No. Everything is quiet. Everything is quiet. And the gentle breeze at night. What is the effect of gentle breeze on you? You go to sleep. So thereby the poet says, what is the work of trees at night? They are singing a gentle lullaby of sleepy children long ago. Children are already sleepy and the gentle breeze works like a beautiful lullaby which makes them go to sleep. Trees are the kindest thing I know. So the poet ends, as he had started the poem, how he had started the poem? By saying that the trees are the kindest things I know, and again he ends the poem by saying, by highlighting the same thing, that they are the kindest thing I know. Who is kind? Who is kind? Who is sympathetic, who is generous, who understands, and who don't give trouble to others. And how are trees? If you go through the poem, you will realize how trees are. They indeed are generous. They are indeed kind. And thereby, when the poet says that trees are the kindest things I know, he is certainly correct. Because nowhere we see that trees are giving trouble to anyone, any living creature. Whether it may be birds, animals, human beings, they are only generously giving whatever they have at their disposal. And they don't want much, they don't expect much from others. Okay? So, the poem is a beautiful one, a simple one. Stanzas are divided into couplet, words rhyming with each other, consisting of two lines each. And in each line, the poet has highlighted how trees are indeed the kindest one. The poet starts, they are the kindest, they do not harm. They are only simply growing. They are satisfied in their own growth. They are not disturbing to anyone. And next stanza he says, they spread shade for the cows. They give birds shelter in their boughs, that is branches. They give fruits, they give leaves, they give wood to the people. The leaves to burn in autumn when people are celebrating Halloween. Okay. They are the first when the days break. They are the on whom the sun rays fall. In the evening, they are the last one to hold the light when everywhere darkness spreads. Okay. And next stanza again, the poet describes the scene at night. When the moon is drifting, they give gentle breeze like a soothing lullaby, making children go to sleep. And in the last stanza, again the poet highlights that certainly the trees are the kindest one, not interfering with anyone, happy in their own way, generously giving to everyone. And thereby the poet says, and even we agree with him when he says that trees are the kindest things I know. Even we know that trees are certainly the kindest thing, because we survive because of trees. And certainly of all living creatures, they are the most harmless one. Isn't it? Don't you agree? Go through the poem, a beautiful poem, a simple one. Do subscribe to the channel to enrich your English and to love the simplicity of the language by going through different poems, stories, prose, and even grammar and writing skills. Thank you.